So we have a heap of garbage in KITEEZI, and here it is killing people. You say, as a people, we are to blame for being bachafu. And the leaders, poor planning.
And the technocrats not doing their work.
What would the technocrats have done?
They are the ones to implement the laws, to implement the plans. They are the ones who see the problem. And when how do they see that problem? Because you see, this country, every time somebody gets a job, they are like the first and the last to ever sit in that chair. They never go back to even know the history of where things came. Okay. They just start. But even as a technical person, things change. Research is being done all the time. So the smaller dump sites, which were in Kampala, when there was no plastic, because the EDDA, even water, these plastic jerry cans, we used to use in sewer. Yes. And the tins, which actually become soil after some time. Now, if you are somebody who is technical, you will go back and say, this is what was, the situation was like this, the laws have been there in place like this, why was NEMA enacted? You go and read the Hansard, you look for papers which informed that law. That is what a planner does. And this is what should be. I remember one time, technical people were saying, oh, these politicians don't listen to us. The president wrote a letter and said, if anyone, any politician, minister, chairman or whatever, asks you to do a wrong thing, answer them in writing and send a copy to my office. How many have done that?
Maybe there are a few that try.
Hey, there are a few. And you see how the Baba Yiribia, Baba Vera Buvi.
Those who tried.
Yes, those who try. But that is what it is. As a technical person, you are the initiator of policy because you know where to find information from. So, what is happening now is the indictment of the people who are sitting in the jobs of saying, I'm the environment officer, or I'm the sanitation officer, or I'm the one responsible for ABC.
Just masquerading around, but not doing the real work.
But even then, ekyenyanja kivunda kiva kuki? Yeah, that's why some people are saying President Museveni. No, the first mutwe, which is rotten, is the one of the person in charge of that municipality. The one who is in charge of the technocrats, who handles the money, and he makes proposals to the council. This is what should happen. This is also a big problem.
Those are the people letting us down.
Yes, you see them going for this run, Simanyi this run, we are going for this kind of run. What is your mandate? Focus on your mandate. So when nali mu government president, everybody, bera muleni yo. Bera muleni yo.
When each one of us plays their part in their lane, collectively we get good work.
They like this thing of being seen. Being seen on TV, being seen wherever. When your primary job isn't done, what is all that?
That's where we find the problem.
That is also part of the problem.
If you met these people, what would be your advice, technical advice about KITEEZI? Because according to the information I've had on how garbage can be absorbed in a city, and if there is planning and sorting, they don't even need to buy any other piece of land. KITEEZI can be enough if they really designed what you were explaining as a landfill. If you were to meet them, what kind of advice would you give?
I would first, I would ask them to call the first governors, the LC ones, in each village in the city.
That is step one.
Step one. Call the LC ones. They are the first health committee. the women leaders, the youth leaders, all those leaders at village level, to move nyumba ku nyumba. And you don't need a car in Kampala. Do you need an allowance in Kampala to go from house to house? We used to do that.
You're talking about so many years ago.
No. So many, there are even more houses closed and more villages have been created. I used to when I was a member for Kampala, I used to walk every Friday, village by village. I park. There were even no roads the way you see them. Hey, kyovula babanji bagezze nze ngezze bukadde nga sikyali mu government. But if you are really doing your work as a politician, go nyumba ku nyumba. Why is it when you are looking for votes you go house to house? And tell them, Banange, you see KITEEZI has a problem because almost 80% of the garbage is organic. Let us sort it. Let us sort it. Yes. Starting there. Nibwe babeera buveera. Yes, have a kavera for the organic garbage. The other garbage is so little, doesn't even need to be collected weekly. That is the first thing.
So what type of garbage would we take to KITEEZI? Is it the glass, the plastic, the what, the kavera, or the organic?
To the law, if you manufacture anything in a kavera or a glass, if you generate that kind of waste and it goes into consumption, it is your responsibility to put in place mechanism to collect it and recycle. That should not be a city council problem. No. When they were discussing, I was once Minister of Industry and Technology, and we were discussing issues of plastics. And we said, everybody who manufactures plastics, make sure you collect them. Because most of the problem was around Kampala and the towns, which are small areas for people to organize and to police. Yes, that is not a city council problem, according to the regulations.
So you're talking to the executive director, Kampala. So look for LC1 people.
I have talked to the executive director. I have talked to Dr. Okello from 2011. 2011, in my office in the Ministry of Health, I had a meeting with the health team about that garbage issue. I talked to Mere Kiwanuka about that garbage issue. I've had Zoom meetings with them during COVID time about that garbage issue. I have not been sitting. Kampala is my city. It is Kampala which gave me this visibility.
Exactly.
Yes.
So what do you think goes wrong then? Because that means they have the information. Anyway, before we go there.
They have the information. So, I talked to Omugenzi Seya before he went to America. Okuleta ebyuma. I've talked. Yes. It's a very old problem. They know what to do.
What kind of technical information did you share with them? Especially about how to handle the landfill. I'm interested in that.
The landfill, yes. Given what is done elsewhere, I've told you that most of the garbage is organic. You can use it for two things. To make bricks. You can burn it to make fuel. You can also make fertilizer. True. Period.
And farmers will come running to buy the fertilizer.
Precisely. You go Wankoko on the way to Bugolobi. Hey, don't you see people selling our feces are making money for National Water and Sewerage Corporation? In fact, they should give us some rebate for giving them raw material free of charge. Yes. A lot of manure. Yes. So
KCCA would be making money from this garbage?
Yes. They would be making money from the garbage.
And this information they have.
They have. Who told you they don't have?
What could then be the problem?
You should ask them. Because my role is to advise. Exactly. And I advise.
In your observation, what could be holding us in one position, yet there is a step to take?
Now, I'll tell you, these issues of corruption, we are not going to talk to sigako powder. Yeah. People have been wanting it okufuna enjawulo. Since nze kakimanyi. Otherwise, the technologies are there. Eh? The technologies are there. I remember one time they were even telling me, Mama, the technology we are going to use is like the dump site in Johannesburg. And I looked at them. You know, sometimes they think people are stupid. I said, have you been to that dump site in Johannesburg? Because I have been to the dump site for Johannesburg. I have seen what it is.
What does it look like?
It's just a dump site.
There is nothing being done there.
People, young people, gangs own sections of the dump site. So they fight over whichever trucks, and they even kill each other over this.
Because they sell the garbage.
They sell the garbage. So that is the kind of work they wanted to bring to Dundu. That we shall. I said, give us this village, this parish is full of highly educated people. You show us what is it is going to be a landfill and also a dump site. Tell us, show us on paper the technology. And we even told them in a meeting here in my compound with all the eminent persons in Dundu and the leaders of Dundu, almost 1,000 people sitting here, making a resolution for our place. We said, bring us organic material only.
Sort it in Kampala and bring organic.
It is even on record. I was even on over which TV, I don't know. Eh? I said, sort it. And by the time you finish sorting it, even the people, after seeing that it's sorted, it will not cross Kampala to come to Dundu. Because people will see the value of what they have.
Those who want fertilizer will fight for it.
Yes.
Those who want to do whatever.
Yes, the other ones have plastic. They should take their plastic. So in a locality in Kampala, you should see different vehicles, different designated days. Today is for plastics. This day is for other types of waste. Every so many days is organic matter. Moreover, even the 80% is a lot, because at that time, in Dagala, people were eating lots of matoke and the peels of bananas. Now, those ones are all recycled. Yes. We taught women how to make briquettes.
Yes.
They make briquettes. People think it's a new thing.
These days I see all restaurants, there's somebody who collects all those pills from Matoke. People that are having cattle around these suburbs of town, they buy it.
They buy. They buy.
So, we are people that have solutions at our fingertips, just at our doorsteps.
Yes.
Where do we again get to land into problems that we can solve even without anybody reminding us?
Negligence. Somebody should be sued for negligence. Because sometimes like they say, oh, President, yatukubagiza, that does not take away the crime. Somebody must be sued for negligence in that place. Honestly. Not even the institution. Let's see, the institution. Ogamba nti kakati, I'm suing amaka ga Kazibwe. No, sue Specioza. Under the law, you can sue the institution, naye you also pick out who is responsible.